Okay, I'm here. Right, welcome everyone. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I wanted to do a Boeing flight today, and or an Airbus, one of the two. But I ended up doing this one because I had a flight plan ready for this plane. So we are in Ireland, and we're in Shannon Airport, and we're going to make a short haul flight to Bristol. So, am I ready for this? Clearly not, but we're going to do it anyway. And the idea of today's game is to try and guess at what point everything's going to go wrong. So, getting myself ready here with all the windows I need. That one over there. There we go. It's a lot of windows to juggle. Alright, so check out this cockpit. Andy, hey mate. Hey, we're in your country, so aren't we? Are we? Yeah, Shannon. Is that Ireland, Northern Ireland? I don't know where I am. Yeah, I think it's Ireland, but we're here. And yeah, check out this cockpit and compare it against the real thing, which is popping up now. And I haven't got my camera angle exactly to suit the real one, but I think we can agree it's pretty damn good. They've got less flashing lights on their screen, but you can't see flashing lights on photographs. So, and the sun's going down, so enough messing about. I've got the plane powered up, that's about it. I'm going to have a go and see if GSX will load the passengers. Just because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm going to see if it all goes wrong. And also, at what point in the flight it's all going to go wrong, like maybe descent like last time, which is the main place. So yeah, this is Shannon Airport in Ireland, and we are currently in an Aer Lingus regional. So does that mean that we shouldn't be venturing outside of Ireland, or we shouldn't be venturing outside of the UK? I don't know. Anyway, but the plane is going to Bristol. The sun's going down. I wish it was a bit sooner in the day, but I had a bit of a nap, which my body told me it needed, so that's why we're a little bit late here. Oh, now there's no aircraft here. That's not because there's no flights. It's literally because I haven't injected the traffic yet. So, let's get that done. So, traffic injection taking place now. So we're just getting the live traffic coming in. Buzz? The hell is Buzz? You guys heard of Buzz? An airline? Andy? I wonder if they're BZ. I wonder if they're BZ airliner. Anyway. Obviously we're not going to be using the I nearly said using the jet wash. No, we're not going to be using the jetway. Because this plane obviously can't. So, I have the SimBrief flat plane. Let's have a looky. There it is. Okay, we'll get the flight plan up on the screen at the right momento. Let me see if I can just plug it into the text. Can I? Yeah. No, then how am I going to split this up? I think if I put that line down to there and put that line down to there, I think that works. That's our flight plan, taking off runway 6 with the ABAG, I think it's ABAGA or something, ABAG 3A star. No, Sid. Sorry. And then flying into Bristol on runway 27, which is actually on the east side, so we're going to have to do a little U-shaped thing. All clear here, says Andy. Weather-wise or plane-wise? I've never heard of buzz before. But there you go. Right, so we have got the plane powered. We've got it. We've got the tail prop down, which is that little thing there. This little doobrey. And this plane has had an update since we last flew it. It's now on version 108, I believe. Also, other planes that have had updates, which have got nothing to do with this, is the Spitfire and the Cessna 414. I'm looking for, I know it's powered these lights here. Do we get that down here too? Overhead bright, yeah. Blood, that's overhead though. Yeah, I guess it has. But it's not quite nighttime yet. Right then, so I'm going to have to go through my checklist for the cockpit prep and everything really. So, making sure that the throttle is in the idle position. And let's just see if it's worked, because I've just had to plug it in. It is. I do have my reversers working. So we can do a power pushback if we need to. Throttle lever in the D10, yeah, condition levers, yep, battery on, wait for avionics, switch to main power. Apart from fuel, let's get some fuel, guys. Apart from fuel pumps, probe heats, turn on all the white light, turn off all the white lights. Okay, so these are 2 white lights we want to leave. We want to turn these on. We get a beep, I think, at some point. And we're going to leave these. I'm going to put these jennies on. And the hydraulics on. There's the beep. Main oxygen supply. So apart from the probes and the windshield heating and the pumps, it says leave the probe heats on. So I think windshield heating. I don't know what the temperature is outside. No, I don't know. I guess I could look though, couldn't I? So let's take a look, because I'm going to need it for the, I'm going to need the METAR anyway. And that can determine whether to put heating on. So here we go, Shannon. Right, so it's 13 going down to 5. Yeah, we should be okay. Visibility is good. Oh, and the air pressure 1029. So 1029. I say 9 and I write down an 8. What's going on? So the QNH is 1029. Nothing significant, and broken clouds at 2,500 feet. Few clouds at 2,300. Good visibility. And the winds are 320 at 9 knots. That is not the average wind though, so all good. And guess what I found out? And I don't even know why I didn't even think about this. Color me stupid. Every flight I've done on this plane has been, because of the weights and measures are done up here, I've been doing pounds to kilos calculations. And now it turns out I didn't even need to do that. It didn't even occur to me that there was going to... I mean, I don't know why. If somebody had said that the option was there, I would have believed it. But yeah, there is an option in the menus of Flight Sim to go to the metric system. I had it on the US Imperial. And so, now we have pounds, or sorry, litres and kilograms. Kilograms, which matches the plane. Anyway, quality of life. Right, so we've done that. Let's tackle the overhead row. I'm just wondering when it's going to tell me to do the flight planning. Did I include that in the thing? I think so. When it's going to tell me to feed in the flight plan. But let's get everything done in order here. So, overhead panel. We need to be at. It's going to be dark by the time we set off. So, we need to make sure that we're going to test the fuel pumps. Happy with that. Happy with that. And I think that's it on that one. I'm not going to bother with the engine fire test. If it catches into flames, brilliant. Make sure the TLU is guarded. It is indeedy. It's got its little guard on there. Right, row 2. Turn off the beacon light. No longer necessary. No longer necessary because the update has now got the beacon light turned off. Woohoo! Von Doodle! Oh my god. Oh, thank you.
£9.99 super chat. Always enjoy your channel. Have a month's SimBrief subscription.
Hey, Von Doodle, thank you so much. I think you mean Navigraph, right? SimBrief is free, but Navigraph is, yeah, it is a monthly subscription. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that very much. It will definitely go towards my Navigraph subscription. Definitely. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very kind gesture. Okay. So, turn off the beacon light, enable the prop brake. So we're going to, put the prop brake on. So we're going to uncover the thing, flick up the What's-It, and then put the thing back. Okay. Ooh. Wow, I've got my volume way up here.
Thank you, Von Doodle, for your kind £9.99. Always enjoy your channel. Have a month's SimBrief subscription.
I don't know why she reads it. Again, I just don't know where to go to turn that off. The repeated thing. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. So battery select. So we're gonna test the. I think we have to test it, right? Emergency. Make sure we have. Yep, you can just about see the needle. Yeah, going up to 2 there. That's good. And now we're on to row 3. So, I don't know. I don't know what that beep was. That might be the battery going back onto main again. I'm not sure. So we're going to arm the emergency lights, and we're going to put the seatbelt sign on and the no devices sign. Turn off your phones, please, and check that there's no issues on the anti-icing panel except for one fault on the lower switch, which is due to no air bleed yet. What? Check no issues on the anti-icing panel except for one fault. Yes, this guy. Everything else is fine except for this guy. That's fine. That's good. See, I know what I'm doing. Hydraulic power showing low pressure. Low PR, yeah, low pressure on all 3. Normal. That's fine. Right, testing the annunciator lights. This will put everything on. If I switch this on here, it puts everything on here and down here. It just switches every light possible on to make sure that they're all functioning, and they are functioning, so we're good. And fault lights on the bleed panel, normal, blah blah blah. Cabin temp should be around 20. Well, not quite yet. Actually, that's quite high. Jesus. Is it warm in Shannon? It's pretty high. Okay. Check oxygen supply dial to make sure we have plenty of pressure. I can't actually see the needle. I can't see the needle, guys. I don't know. But, yeah, we've got plenty of pressure. And then do the fire test. Again, we'll skip. Okay, down to the pedestal then. Whoops. Pressing the wrong button on the wrong screen. No, the right button on the wrong screen. Right, down to the pedestal. So we're going to carry out the... Oh, do I have a button for this? I do. I have also put in some cameras now. So we're going to carry out the test. So engine 1, and we just make sure that we have a load. It's between 50 and 100, so what, 75 load on there. And then if we flick it again, it simulates a flame out on the engine. Okay. And we could do it on the other side, but it's going to be the same thing. So I won't bother. I wish that flap didn't flip itself back down again though. Okay, test the ice button. Does it say? Oh, click it and observe the panel. Yeah, it's not. Oh, here. Duh. There we go. Icing. Cool. Make sure PEC 1, PEC 2 propeller electronic controls are in. They are. Make power management set to takeoff. It is. Cabin pressure panel, which is on there. Here. Here. Make sure source select is not illuminated. It is not. Okay, and finally, fuel feed low pressure hydraulic system loss. I'm not sure that's normal. Okay, I'm gonna hope it does go away. Right, so the GPW thing test is
terrain awareness. Test.
That one.
Start. Terrain
I'm going to be eliminating a lot of these steps in future
terrain
flights.
awareness. Test complete.
Right, set the speed target to auto, magenta, but can't do it yet as nothing showing on the PD. So why are you telling me to do it then? I mean, I would do it here, but nothing's going to show right now. Alright, test the oxygen, shall we? Just because it sounds good. Yeah, oxygen's fine. Okay, that's the prep done. Now then, I will learn this plane. Right, I think... Yeah, we are. We're about to do the flight plan now. So, while we're doing that, it might... Where's the yoke? There. It might be an idea. In fact, we can... Let's just reverse what I just did. Let's bring the yoke back, which is down there. And I think, is it 5? No, 4? Yeah. So as we start getting into this, what we can do is go into GSX. I don't know if this GSX is going to handle this, but we'll try it. Actually, no, we can't. Don't I have to put the weights and stuff in already? Yeah, I'm gonna put the weights in now. Alright, so we want fuel has to be a total of 1,833 kilograms. So that's 917 per side, I guess. Look at how much the jumps are, though. That'll do, right? 1,840. That'll do. Okay. 45 passengers, and they are clearly... well, there's 12 there. This is calculating 80 kilos per passenger. So these are some light flight attendants and some heavy pilots. Right, so we want 45 of these. So we've got... How's best to split that up? Put 9 people in each one. So... yeah, I guess we could do... well, 10 people would be 800. And minus 1, so 7, 2, 20 in each one. Right? This doesn't count pilots and crew and stuff like that. I hate the way that the input is done here. It's nasty. See? It's just... when you put the 7, it still includes that 0, which is annoying. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 9 is 45. Cargo is a mere 919 kilos. So what we can do here is put 500 in the front and 414 in the back. Oops, 419. My bad. There we go. Running 58% payload. That's what we have. So, I don't know if GSX is going to know that we've got 45 passengers. I don't believe I tell it that in here. Let's set up the position and the weights first. Let's go to position. Who makes the plane? Well, it's actually from Asobo of Ondoodle. Yeah, it comes on the marketplace, on the Microsoft Marketplace within the game. Gain damage! Hello, matey. Yeah, had a decent day today. Expensive one, but yeah, there you go. Now you'll notice on GPS, on the position, if you click it, it no longer puts it into the scratch pad, only for you to copy it up. It just puts it straight there. So that's kind of cool. Right, I am deviating from looking at my flight plan here. Say it again. Say it again. Every time you make a mistake, you have to say it again. I'm deviating from my checklist. Right, flight plan. Init route. No, you have to go to the weights. You have to do flight plan, copy, then go back. Flight plan. Okay, flight plan init. Fair enough. Route. Enter the from and to ICAOS. I have not stored this flight plan, so we have to put it in manual, so that's going to be fun remembering that one. So Aer Lingus, we are 2627 and we're flying out of Shannon and we're going to Egged, Bristol. Okay. No, it said, oh, execute. I was hoping it wasn't going to miss that out. Okay, it says choose the runway and the SID. Okay, we can do that from here. So we are departing out of runway 6 via ABAG 3A. Is it on the screen? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's been on the screen this whole time. Yeah, so ABAG 3A. And no transition, so let's execute that. Awesomeness. You'll have to remind me, guys, if I don't take the flight plan off the screen when I'm done, remind me, because I've got my checklist in front of OBS and I might not spot it. Right, so we've got that. So now we could enter the waypoints. So if we press the no, it says here start by pressing the departure ICAO. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, because there's no airways here. Yeah, that's not right. I think we go down to Abagu, right? So I'm going to bring the thing up on the screen because I need to see it as well. So we've got Abagu on the second line, which is here. So I'm going to click here. Now I believe the entering of airways manually here has been disabled in the new version of 108. just to avoid freeze-ups of the FMS here. Yes, Hans Hartmann. Thank you, Andy. Hans Hartmann. I couldn't remember the guy's name. Is it 19.99 now? Wow. I paid £10 something for it. They had it on offer. That's in pounds though, and then the actual price was £16 something, which I guess is 19.99 euros, I think. Okay, so Abagu, we're now going. There isn't an airway. We're going direct to NGEX. So we're going to return out of this, and we're going to type in NGEX here, and we're going to put it here, right? Okay. After NGEX, we've got P70, so we're going to click in there, click airway. There's P70. So far, so good. Should that be there? Yeah. Good. Okay, to AgCat. And this should give us Q63, which it does. And then, you guys seeing this okay? I can't tilt the camera around, that's the thing, so I'm going to have to use a... This is why I wanted to get rid of the yoke before. I wanted to get on a position on the screen where you could see both. Let me see if I can create a better camera angle. There we go. Okay, so from Q63 we're going to Badger. Who are we going to badger? We'll badger somebody, I'm sure. And that will take us to... now we're going to do that. I'm going to click execute here. Let's have a look at the flight plan. So we've got Badger, but then we have to put in the Badger 1B, but that gets put in here, I believe. So we're coming in on ILS. Oh, I freaked out. I thought there wasn't an ILS, but I know there is because of Navigraph. And Badger 1B should be here, and there it is. Badger 1B. I'm not going to put in any of those. And that's the flight plan. So let's just step through page by page here. We'll make sure there's... Oh, it looks fine. All right. Yeah. What's this discontinuity? That's okay. That's okay. That's a way after. All right. So up here, if we step into flight plan mode, we should now be able to step through. So it looks like we're going to be doing a U-turn or something around. What? What? This ain't right. This isn't right, guys. Because runway 27, we have to come in from east to west. You can't... How... What the... No. No. No, no, you've messed it up. You've got... Why? Oh, BRI is up there. No, 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 no. You shouldn't be there. It did bring that option up, but I told it not to. Let's get rid of BRI. I don't think that should be there, guys. Oh, but again. Yikes. Why can't it ever get anything right? Oh, God. And now it's gone yellow. It's a temporary flight plan now. So I click execute, I guess. It shouldn't be doing a turn like this. It should be making a smooth transition. Let me have a look on Navigraph and see what the F is going on. And why this plane always has this same damn problem. especially when it's me. So, first thing is to ditch all that, and let's have a look in Navigryph. Navigryph, where are you? There you are. Right, so it wants to come in on, right, so this is the approach into Bristol. This is runway 27, so we'll be coming in from here, but we are coming in via Baja 1B, right? So this is our arrival. So we're going to be coming in via Baja, then Fanf, Pegza, did it even put that? Maybe we can add these ourselves. But Pegs is pointing direct to the runway. I don't know enough about this. This is the holding point. Do we have Fanf and Pegza on the flight plan? I don't understand why it's... See, we're flying in from this way. But the normal course of action is to have a waypoint that allows the plane to do a lovely, nice turn. But this turn that it's doing is so last minute. It's just... No. No. Unacceptable. You can't do that. And I know I'm going to have problems descending already. So there's no way I'm going to accept this issue. So all right. I don't know. What was that again? Badger. We know we've got that on, but Fanf and Pegza. I think it's just left that out altogether. It should have added it in if it's part of the proper flight. So let's have a look. Oh, is it still on the screen, guys? Hold on. There we go. Right. Let's have a look. If we go back a page, there's Pegza. Right, so it's added that on. And there's Fanf. Yeah, okay, so it did put them in. But then it's pointing straight to the... This is the center fix, this is the final fix. But I don't like... I would like a waypoint up here. I wonder if I chose the other via, if it would help. Don't think I can now, can I? Or maybe. What about BRI2? No, it's put it down there again. So let's pick none. It's still put BRI in. And the problem is that BRI is on the runway. So it's almost as if we're going to fly over the runway and then come back again. It's just silly. No, not at all. I don't want to take too many waypoints out as well because it messes up the descent. I'm not bothered about this line going out there. It looks like I really don't want a buggered up flight. I want one that's going to be smooth. And yeah, I want a smooth flight. I don't want to have to say, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll take over the plane and fly it manually from this point. No, I just want a nice smooth. I just want a nice smooth flight for a change. Is that really too much to ask? Is this seriously the arrival for or the star for this runway. Let me just look on the Navigraph. So we've got runways 9 and 27, and Baja 1B. Yeah, BRI is a beacon. Descent planning. Pilots should plan for possible descent clearance. Fly FL 180 by FANF. Actual descent clearance will be as directed by ATC. It doesn't specify that this is for this runway. I should have picked a different airport, guys. And I think I'm going to. I really don't want the hassle. It's got here, the routing is Baja, FANF, BCN, which we have, right? It's beacon, I guess. BCN, and the routing should be PEGSA, and then BRI. The plane has it right, it just doesn't look right to me. I don't like it. I'm not, how you would say, clued up enough to take this on. I really just want a smooth flight. It is the actual approach, yeah, Bondoodle. It just doesn't make sense to me because normally what I'm used to is if you're coming in from west to east, but your landing is east to west, you get a route where you see the lines, and then you get a nice, boom, down and across, and then the plane just turns around up from like, I don't know, 10 miles out, whatever, and then just makes the final approach. But there's nothing here to even allow it to do that. It's already getting dark, isn't it? I think we're grounded, guys. I think we're grounded. Jeffrey, hey! Happy Tuesday. Yeah. I can see me just putting in a new flight plan to Gatwick. We'll just tell the passengers there's going to be a diversion to Gatwick. Wow, I don't like it. It's got everything in here. Everything looks. It does look right, but it doesn't sit well with me, guys. I have to say, it's really not. Let's get it zoomed in. See. Oh, what the hell? It's flying to the center fix. A Boeing or an Airbus would get near here, it would know it can't hit that and then make this, and it would just make the turn early and it would round this off. I don't trust this plane to do that. And so close to the runway as well. By the time this plane's made the turn, especially on something like that, it's going to be over here somewhere, and then it's so close to the runway, it's going to make that final approach so... Should we start again? Screw it, guys. I know it messes up the stream title and everything, but I don't care. I want to have a smooth flight, and a smooth flight I shall have. Oh, let's reroute to Gatwick, guys. It's a new thing we're gonna do, and I'm sure we got a better one. So if we go into edit, I just want to have a smooth flight. That's all I want. And I just don't want any... Because if I don't get a smooth flight, the alternate here was Isn't that Heathrow? Double L. Anyway. Yeah, it was. The alternate was. I'm not even talking properly. Right. Never mind. I can't even gather my thoughts now. So, EGKK. And as for the altitude, I'll leave you to put it in auto. I'm not quite sure why that's off. Ah, did that have anything to do with anything? This is going to be a slightly longer flight then, because Bristol was here, and now we're going to London. Wait a minute. Yeah, Hans Hartmann, there you go. Manchester is the alternative? What? So far away? I thought alternatives had to be fairly close. Alright, so we've got Shannon to Gatwick. Oh, that means I'm going to have to write a whole new set of notes now. Sorry about this, guys. I know I'm wasting everybody's time here. I'm so sorry. Alright. Right, so bear with me. So we're going out of EINN and we're going to EJKK. And we have an altitude of 21,000 feet. We have a fuel level, or whatever I call it, of 2410. It looks like we're going to be a lot heavier today on this one, on this flight, because I didn't specify. Oh yeah, I did. Look at the payload. Oh yeah, that's fine. No, the payload's fine. Sorry. Jesus, I thought that was the cargo amount, but it's not. Right, I don't know what runway we're taking off from. Again, 6. Right. Okay, 06. That's good because I've got the information for that runway, and the trans level is 5,000. Right, what other information do we need? Average wind. So average wind is 002.28. And then I want passengers. So pax is 45. Cargo 919. Which is exactly what it was before. And the expected flight time is going to be 1 hour 40 minutes. Clock time 2:08. I guess that includes taxiing and all that stuff. Block fuel we've already got down. I've written it down as if I'm like my English teacher used to say, like a drunken spider. She did say the word drunken. So, fine. Let's pop into Navi. Get the rest of the information that we need. Let me just bring the screen out. Right, so the information I don't need is Shannon, because I already have that down. So I need Gatwick, which I should have memorized by now, but don't. So, into the taxi, we want the one with the... That's the fella. Right, so we're coming in on runway. Please make it a good one. What was it again? Oh, sim brief. Talk to me. There you go, 26 left. Is that good? That good, is 26 left good? You think it goes out and then back in? I know, but I don't want that plane to just be trying to do that. Not this one. If it was a plane I'm familiar with, cool. Again, 26 left, we're coming in from the east. Why? Right, so okay. Course set to 257. Right, so we've got the actual course, we've got the runway, we've got... No, we don't. We need to go to the star next. And according to SimBrief, the star we're coming in on is star we're coming in on Otme 1G or Otme. So we've got Otme 1G here, and translevel by ATC. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it at 5,000 because we won't have ATC, so that's fine. And this will be our in route. You see, look, twiddly diddly. I hope we get a nice route in. So final approach then into ILS runway 26. We've actually got final approach and initial approach. Can you show me both? Really? We're going to be coming in from this way in? Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, this is the one I want. Ooh, transaltitude 6. Thank you. So 6,000 is the transition altitude. And the ILS frequency, guys, shout it out if you know it. Here, 110.9. The standby frequency is 117.9. That's if you have to, you know, not land and go up again. So STBY. And then I need the elevation of the runway, which is 196. Yeah, 196 feet. And we're going to be making a category 1, which isn't here. It's going to be this, isn't it? It's going to be this, 296. Yeah, look at that. The difference is only 100. Yeah, it says 100 feet. Difference. Oof, okay. Normally it's like 200 or something. But anyway, 296 is the decision altitude. And then you've got the H, which is the height. It's like 100 feet from the ground, really. It's 296 altitude, but 100 feet from the ground. Altitude, height, two different things. Who would have knew? Who would have knewed? Right, and the glide slope capture will be here. The glide slope capture comes in at 2,000 feet, and we're at 5.5 nautical miles from the runway. So 5.5 nautical miles from the runway, the plane should capture the glide slope. Yeah, right. Yeah, because that's all going to go really super smooth, isn't it? Of course. Why wouldn't it? Right, how do I get you guys back to the sim? Probably like that. Alright. You see, I know all of this stuff, and I can't even do that Bristol approach. There are things I need to swat up on. Alright, so I have SimBrief and Firefox, YouTube, and Navigraph all on the same screen. So I actually need SimBrief now because I want the route. So let's put the route in. I'm hoping I can just clear this flight plan that we have. I don't want to create a duplicate or a secondary. I wanted to actually overwrite this one. And I think it shouldn't be a problem to do that. So I'm just going to put in the new flight plan so we can pop it up on the old screen. Yes, it will be, the birds will be tweeting, the sun will be rising by the time we get to Gatwick. I know, I'm sorry. That's quite long actually. Maybe I should go to a fourth line. Let's put the runway on the fourth line. There we go. Doodle-oodle. And so I think the way to get this in is we've got new flight plan here. Oh, we've got some mess up here. Alright, so let's try it. Let's see what happens here if I just go to... Oh, okay. Okay. Plank. It should wipe all this out. Oh, lovely. Okay, cool. Cool. All good. Execute. And then... Yes! Lovely! Right. Let's see what happens. If it gets the same again, I'm switching to the Boeing. I'm switching to the Boeing because all I want is a nice good flight today, and then I'm happy. Right, so the first thing we have after the EINN06 on the flight plan there up here is N027. That I don't know what the N0271 is. N0271. I'm not quite sure what that reference is, but I know the F210 is the flight level, 21,000. Gumbo! Chat nice. Oh, Rusty, I just read chat nice day. Sorry, I'm out of it. Gumbo, yes, nice day for flying. Well, it's actually coming night time at the moment, which it wasn't my intention, but things just took a little bit longer than I was expecting. So again, we are departing runway 06 via Kourou 3A, which is this guy. So it's a whole different departure now. That's fine. Execute that. And the next thing on the flight plan on the second line is Kourou, all right, which we have here. But then it says DCT, which means direct. But on the next page here, we've got the runway that we're coming in at, and we don't want that. Why is this repeated down here, though? Is that just the way that the screen works? Right, so Kourou. So we want to add... Huh? What? Sorry, what? Go to click flight plan. And again. And again. Right, I am just completely at a loss here. Flight plan. Route. No, don't create another one. Why? Yeah, this one. What the hell is runway 24? Go in here again. Right, now it's making sense. I got you. Jesus. I understand. I just don't understand why on the next page this is repeated. But okay, yes. So, it's basically saying departing from Shannon. This is the SID, the standard instrument departure. And then this is runway... Well, it isn't runway 24, but anyway. So, we now want to go to direct to Norla, right? No, we don't. We want... Yeah, you see, this is messed up. What the hell is Kourou doing down there? What is this here? Did I select the wrong... No, I didn't select the wrong runway. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Guys, I don't understand this. Is that runway 24 or is it just something called RW24? It must be something called RW24. Let's just carry on filling it in and see what happens. It might be just I'm confused that there's a waypoint called RW24 and I think it means runway 24, which is, yeah, it's probably just trying to catch me out. So we're going to plug Norla into here, and then from Norla we're going to go direct to Fonzu. So because it's a direct, we don't have any airways, so we're just going to go direct to Fonzu. Wasn't he in Happy Days? Anyway, so Fonzu, and then direct. These are all directs. Okay, well, it is what it is, or it be what it be. Yeah, there's the runway. So after Fonzu, we've got El Rip, which is a naughty child in Spanish. My mum used to call me that, you little rip. Yeah, El Rip, and then Director Otmet. God. All this for a flight that's doomed to failure. And then from Otmet, we've got the Otmet 1G star. So, on to next. And we're coming in on ILS 26 left. There it is. Via Otmet. Hot. Uh-oh. Yeah, it was G. Something in my mind told me that it ended with an F, but it wasn't. Okay, execute that. Now let's run through. All right, there's hot. It's put those two things in. Even, you know, those two transitions that were there. All right, let's have a look at this runway 24 thing. All right, well, it's not an issue. Right, so this takeoff is bizarre. Why is it suddenly veering that way? I guess it's do I have it like super zoomed? No, that's definitely weird, but okay. Right. Let's run through. Please do a nice little loop round to the airport runway. I've seen better days. Why is it always with this plane that we get this? This is at 2,000 feet. That's when we so I don't trust the plane to make this turn like this. Because it's going to hit CF26L before it makes the turn. And as it makes the turn, it's going to be somewhere off center, which is something this plane does do. But then can the autopilot recenter this before? The last thing I want to do is do the whole flight and then right at the very end I'm panicking and it all goes wrong and then I'm getting frustrated and then I just put the plane down and I don't want to play with it anymore. Why couldn't we have a runway coming in from west to east? Because of the way the wind's blowing today, that's why. Dude. Alright. Alright. Let's just go with it, guys, because, you know, whatever. Aquatic, hello. How you doing, mate? Yeah. Right, whatever. We'll just go with this and see what the hell happens. So at least it makes predictions of where it's all going to go wrong a lot easier, right? You guys can predict it easier. Right, check the flight plan on the ND, performance. Okay, now we need to go to the performance page. Right, so the way we're doing this, you would think, oh, click here, but apparently not. So we need to go to the menu, FMS, and then init. That's the right way, innit? And then performance initialization. And guess what? The plane fills its own information in some places as well. Thanks for telling me that one. So flight level 210. That's going to be our cruising altitude. Cruise altitude to alternate. I just don't know. I can tell you what the alternate is. It's Manchester. Oh yeah, I do know where to look. Yes, I think I do. Shall we try and find it together, guys? Because I actually think I do know where to look. Right, so the alternate is Manchester EGCC, and if it's not, I think it's in the briefing, and then we come down to the fuel, and then it's somewhere just underneath here. Alternate route, okay, flight level 240. So we'll be going back up to 24,000 feet to go to Manchester. And then we'd have to... Now, this is the route to Manchester from Gatwick, I imagine. So you would have to... Yeah, because Lamb is from Gatwick. So you would... Generally, you would feed this in as your secondary flight plan, I would say. And then if you cannot land in Gatwick for whatever reason, you switch the plane to the secondary flight plan, and it makes its way over to Manchester. But we've got it here, flight level 240. That's all we want. We're good. Yeah, I've been sneezing a bit today, Aquatic, as well over here. So, yeah, it must be the same here. Right, so our alternate then is EGCC. And our flight level is going to be 24,000. I could have put FL 240, but this'll do. Ooh! Oh, right, it had a little bit of a think about that one, but it got it in. Right, still all going to go wrong, so don't worry. So I'm setting myself up for a fall here. Right, weights. Now, apparently if you click and hold, well, would you Adam and Eve it? Fuel on board. Well, apparently if you click and hold, yeah. Now reserve fuel, it says 600 kilos, but if I go to Simbriefio, final reserve fuel, it says 359, so we're going to pop that in. Alright. Can you click on here? Just get, is there an updated number? No. Well, the trim is 1.3 up. Is it? Is it? Can we can confirm that in here, can't we? And if I click set, it will now set that there. Okay. Happy with that. Right, press the perf button on the FMS, it says now. Finally get to do that. And you see, just a different screen, you see. So press the performance button, enter the transalt in the takeoff page. So this is takeoff. We know the transition altitude here at Shannon is 5,000 feet. Click the perf button again to get to the cruising page. And we want the mean wind, which we already established. The average wind was going to be 002. That. In case you were wondering where all this information got fed in, and it was 28 knots. So, a decent breeze, I would say. I'm going to put that in there. The average wind, it's... oh, that's at the destination. Oh. How the hell am I supposed to... What? Enter the current average wind into mean wind. This is for the destination. I don't know if it tells me that on SimBrief. Maybe. Have a look. Come down to the wind information. So I have the wind information at top of climb and also on the descent, but the average wind, I actually don't know. I don't know what the average is going to be or how to find it. I thought that was the average wind for here, but no. Okay, here we go. I've got something. I'm trying to decode this. Not showing me any. It's got information for Gatwick here, but it's not showing me. It's got the clouds and the temperatures, and it's got 270 variable to 350. Ah, there it is. 320 at 5 knots. So 320. Whoops. 320 at 5 knots. And at Manchester, it is 270. Not that we're going to need it because we're not going to go to Manchester. One day I'll do a diverted flight. That'll be cool. But it's just to have the information on the screen because we're not. Check the cruise mode is set to max cruise. Yes, it is. Pressing perf again gets you to the approach page, which we're not going to do anything with right now. But we do get to see the transition altitude. We might as well put that in right now because not. The QNH actually for Gatwick is currently 1026. So I guess we could update that. Why not? And then if we press perf again, we get to takeoff. What we want to be back at. Let me just go back to approach. Get back. Flaps landing full. And the VAP is 104. Okay, cool. Right. So we've got the runway length that we're going to be taking off from, which is 10,490, and the course is going to be 52, which is not correct. It's actually 56 according to Navigraph, but I'm not going to argue over 4 degrees. Right, we're done. So, next step, cockpit preparation, final. Make sure everything's alright. I told you it was going to be night time. So we should only have the hydraulic things flashing up on here. The fuel feed and the hydraulic system loss. That's a little bit of a worry. I'm hoping that's going to go away at some point. Checking the amount of fuel in each wing. Make sure it adds up to the flight on board. Okay, so I think it's one of the... Where's my hotspots? Thank you. Dear God. Thank you. Is this where we need to be? Yeah. So 900 kilos on that wing, 900 kilos on that wing. So fuel on board should be 1,800. And there it is. Quite how we got there, I don't know, but we did. As long as it does, it's fine. Because the figure here is just representative of what's in here. It doesn't mean that's how much fuel there is on board. It's just taking it from here. So it has to match with the actual, which is here. Alright. Click perf on ND hotspot to show data on ND, reset fuel used, and confirm takeoff data. Right, perf. What was it again, the thing I said? I made up a little rhyme, didn't I, for the hotspots, and I've forgotten what it was. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, Prime Minister. Something, no special Prime Minister or something. It was, I don't know what it was. So we need the perf quadrant, and so we need to be clicking there. Alright, so we need to reset the fuel used and confirm the takeoff data that we've entered. Cool. Set the QNH. Good point. What was it again? I think I wrote it down, 1029, but it's probably changed since then, so let's... Oh god, this is taking so damn long. The flight is like an incidental part of this stream. 1030. So, I think it's set here. Yeah. See it getting set there. So we need to set it to 1030 to match the... Because the altitude here is calculated based on... And it definitely shouldn't be negative. It's calculated based on the air pressure. So 1030 should stop that negative. I'm not quite there yet, am I? So there's like a couple of digits there for this. I'm going to go down into the middle. There we go. Alright. My goodness. Right, now we've got to click through the final cockpit preparation checklist. Which I'm assuming is somewhere. Yeah. Is this it? Let's validate that. Boy. Final cock. This is where I want to be. I want number 2. This one. So parking brake engaged. It is. Altimeters set. They are. Landing elevation. Oh, we haven't done that. Landing elevation. Already? Really? Landing elevation check. I don't think we put it in right now. No, I'm going to leave that. Oh, I know what it is. It's because it's wanting me to do the landing elevation from here. It says landing elev, but we don't do it. We're not doing it from there. So yeah, that's what that was. FMS common nav, we haven't got those set, but we'll do it later. There's nothing to set. I'm not setting up any comms or anything. Fuel quantity and FOB is checked. Engine fuel used is reset. Memo panel and power management is set to take off. We are done. Before propeller rotation. Yeah, well, we're going to come to that now. So we're going to start the engine in hotel mode. I do know how to do this, but we're going to run through the checklist anyway. Right, starting the engine in hotel mode. That's what it's called. I want to get the people on board. What was stopping me before?
Boarding requested.
Handling by Aer Lingus, okay. I want to see people walking onto the plane. They'll have to come in the bus, because the jetway's not going to arrive. So there's going to have to be a bus coming. Oh, I think I've got the cargo door open. I do now. The problem is that I don't think the passengers arrive until the car goes in or something like that. What did it say up there? Something passengers boarded. Yeah, it doesn't actually draw them in yet. Anyway, never mind. I don't know why it's not... It does do the passengers departing, but just not approaching. Right, never mind. So, remove the wheel chocks and close the doors. Oh, great. I'm in no position to do that now. We can get rid of the tail prop. I can't do that because I've got all this lot working on the plane. Awesome. I picked my timing really badly. Hello, Oscar. You found it in the top right corner of the OFP. Yes. Let me just have a look at that. What is it that we were looking for in the top right of the OFP? Because your message was probably a little while ago. I can't believe it's so dark. Should we change the time, guys? Make it daytime. They'll start whinging now to say that it's late. I'm just going to grab some water, guys. I'll be 2 seconds, literally. Yeah, I should have done this way earlier. The baggage stuff. And you can't really just cancel it either. That plane's been there a while. I hope it doesn't mess up my, you know, the live traffic, although it's not really going to affect me that much. But if the live traffic is going by the time in the sim, let me see if live traffic is still doing its thing. Yeah, it is. We'll probably notice a lot of traffic if we make it into Gatwick, which, I'll be honest, I don't think so. Come on, get that baggage on board. 33%. You've got to be kidding. If I hit this, this is the engine that runs GSX. If I restart this, yeah, cool. Now we don't have to wait. Alright, so bing, bong, bang. Right, hotel mode. That's what we're going for. So, this is the mode, of course, that starts the plane without the propeller running. So on the right-hand engine, so it runs like a APU. So what we do is we go up here and we turn on secondary fuel pump, or the not secondary fuel pump number 2. And let's put the beacon light on and the wing light on. Where's the nav? Put the nav light on as well. Then we have an engine start, but we're going to flip this down. Once we get to 10, am I on the right page? Yeah. Are we? Yes. It's this page I need to be on. I need that page here. Why has everything got reset now? Oh, ground power got took away, right? Shoot. My bad. Took away the ground power. Okay, so this engine should be running now. Yeah, I can see the heat haze. Alright, we're back. And we still got a problem here, but I'll sort that out. I'm not sure that should be the case, but we'll see. If it doesn't go right, guys, I'll just apologize for wasting all of your times, and I'll just cancel this flight because I'm not comfortable with it even right now. Right, when the NH reaches 10, if the IAT is slow, then blah blah blah, external power up. Engine starter off and external power off. Right, so yeah, now we don't need the ground power anymore. So we can come up here and we turn it off up here as well. Unless it's already happened, which it probably did. Yeah, it did. That was my bad. I just really messed that up there. I'm looking to see if I can find any errors up here, but there's nothing I can see that would cause that problem. I don't know whether these are supposed to be flashing. I know the engines are not started, but it just doesn't tie in with my checklist. Anyway. Make sure that, yeah, nose wheel steering is off for pushback. We don't need that. We're going to do a power pushback. Before run through this, CDLS FMS to take off can be found on the screen. It shows takeoff confirmed. Before propeller rotation checklist. Okay. That's what we need to do. So, CDLS on. Let's just say yes to that. FMS and takeoff data. We did that. We did confirm it. Trims on all three axes. Yeah, we'll just pretend that works. The tail prop is on board. The doors are closed. The seat belts are on. And the beacon light is on. Complete. Okay. That's it. We're ready for engine start. Thank crumbs. Okay, so power back. Make sure the nose wheel steering is on. It is. Click off propeller brake. Yeah, we're going to start both engines now. So propeller brake comes off, and now it should start spinning up, feathering, and then I think we're just going to start. It says to set conditional lever to 2, which is true, but yeah. I don't know. I think we need to start the other engine. We can't just do this on one engine. Why is it not mentioned here? Turn on the probe heat, turn on that here. No, you have to... Alright, I'm just going to follow my own instincts here because this is not correct. My written checklist is bad. Whoops. Turn that off. No, turn it on, turn it on. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, guys. Trust me. Right, so second engine power up. Let that get to 10, and it's there. Condition lever set to feather. Right, next question. Which way do we turn? Taking off runway 6. No idea. Let me just get a Navigraph to tell me the layout of the runway. Anybody still awake? Okay, so runway layout is that long one on the left is 6. Okay. So, runway 6 is this guy. So I'm going to want to go nose left, and we'll take this taxiway down here. So nose left. That's going to be front. Nose left, tail right. Yeah. It's going to be a tight turn actually because we've got to follow down here. But yeah, it is. It's nose left. Alright. Let's get the engines steamed up. into the auto position. Keep the gust lock on for now. So these engines should now start really powering up. Alright, well, that seems okay. Not that I'm dubious, of course, but of course I am. Still awake. Can you imagine Ryanair rushing this turnaround? Oh god. Hello, Commander Jaxie. Yes. Sorry, I didn't see it there. Sometimes I have windows in front of my chats. I've got Navigraph and stuff in front, and I sometimes miss it. Sorry. But yeah, everything's cool, I think. Right, so now let's gonna turn on the probe heats. And we'll turn on the windshield heating as well. Just to get rid of all the white lights, just for now. I want to make sure that we're good down here. Ah, and it's all gone off. Right, so the before taxi list. Ooh. We're not ready to do that yet. Flaps set to 15. Make sure systems page is showing ND. Yeah. Hey? No, make sure the systems page is shown on ND. Yeah, well, it depends which one you want. When up and stable, set condition lever 1 to auto. Oh, start engine 1. Ah, it's down there on my checklist. Oh, that's wonderful. Start engine 1. Observe low pitch. Yeah, we've got low pitch on both sides here. That's fine. Observe low pitch. Make sure AC while generators are on. Make sure BTC is switch the transponder on ND, bottom of display. Yeah, that's not here, so we're gonna have to go. It's one of these screens. Oh, it's the top quadrant, isn't it? Isn't it? No. No. Oh, buddy. Switch on the transponder on the ND. Yes, on the systems page. But which one? Why? It's here. We're looking for it to appear down here, but I can't get the next system up. Why is it not showing? Oops. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, keep going. That's not, no. It's not on the nav page, surely. Guys, what the hell? Where's the transponder not showing up? It should say XPDR. Know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Do. Okay. Screw the transponder. Let them look for us. Right. I don't know. Maybe it'll come out on the checklist. Right, so before takeoff. So. Oh, recall. I don't know what the hell that does, but we have to press it. Does it mention the transponder here? No. Oh, cockpit comm hatch is closed. It is. Conditional levers 1 and 2 set to auto. Yes. Anti-icing is required. TRU on and check. Anti-skid test performed. Yeah, I did that. Flaps 15. Nose wheel steering is on. Procedure complete. There's the anti-skid test. But I can't get my thing. You have nav and serve. Oh yeah, the buttons under the S. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while. It's been a while, guys. Thank you. Ugh. Cheers, man. I forgot about those buttons. You really have to keep coming to this damn plane all the time to remember it. And yeah, this is where we put in our ILS frequency later on. Cool. Stick around, Oscar. I'm gonna need you. Like, I want to know why all the... Is this normal for this plane? These flights, look. As you get to the... if we follow the flight plan through here... Oh, it's not looking. Hold on. When we get to the end... Why do we always have these mega sharp turns right at the center fix? You know? Why can't we just have a nice smooth arc? It's always doing these sharp end turn. Always. Every bloody flight I've done on this plane has done this. And I don't get it. Right. Are we ready to go backwards? We've done the before taxi checklist. Yeah, let's get the plane going backwards. Right. So I don't think my throttle is going to do this. I have asked it to do it, but I know a way to get the plane to go backwards. So let's get the parking brake fully off. It's not a Garmin, yeah, or a TomTom. Okay, so the parking brake is now off, and it really wants to. Okay, so we're going to employ some reverse thrust. And I want nose left. I don't know actually when to turn this. You will see, unless I crash the plane, that the, well, I don't know why it, we're trying to show you the thruster in the reverse position. It's supposed to move those down to the bottom, and it always has been, but maybe in this update it doesn't want to do that. No idea. This thing will work under its own power. Right. Oh, do I even carry on flying this thing after today? I want to, because I want to, you know, learn it. But boy, oh boy, does it give me a hard time. It's a good plane for the money, Doodle. It is. There's no question. I think it's brilliant. It sits in between, you know, your standard Microsoft plane and study level. It's somewhere. It's an expert level plane, as they call it, which I guess, yes, it is. You know. Now, do we have to go magenta on this already? So much more to do yet. You know what I haven't done? Because I never do it. Turn on the taxi lights. Look at those buildings just hanging around. See, that's the RW24, isn't it? There's the runway 24 and runway 06. for God's sake. Wow, this is uphill. What the hell is it going? Why is it going to a temporary flight plan again? Why? There was something I did to fix this last time. It's gone yellow to temporary flight plan. It was just me switching secondary. We've got one of 5 pages here, but it's gone yellow. There was something I needed to set, I think. I don't know. Try pressing perf. Yeah. We did these. We entered these already. Did it lose this information since the power loss that we had, perhaps? I'm starting to get agitated now. Alright, so mean wind for EGKK. Thankfully I still have it on the screen here. So EGKK mean wind is 320/5. Making it sound like it's somebody's blood pressure. And the mean wind at the alternate is 270/4. Oh, it needs to know the alternate again. I think it lost that data when I switched the power thing. I switched the ground power off accidentally. Alright, so taxi to the runway, bring up the navigation display, press the heading mode, press the nav mode. So we need, yeah, let's do this. So we want heading, we want nav, and I think we have to press IAS twice. 1, 2. And now, well, that didn't work. And isn't that wonderful? We need heading select, done. We need low, done. And we need pitch hold, not done. Now what? We need pitch hold is the mode it uses for takeoff. I am just lost. Takeoff config test. I haven't actually done that. Come on, mouse pointer, where are you? Just press around, it'll come back. I'm trying to disengage the daft thing, but you won't let me. I'm freaking it out now. Oh, bugs like this I don't need. Seriously. I don't know, is this something that was changed in 108? Is it now supposed to say alt? Because I don't think so. LNAV is armed and it will engage when we get to when we take off. I don't know. I haven't got time to screw around all day. It's going to get nighttime yet again. We're just going to have to deal with it. No, I won't forget the gas lock. I'm not ready yet. Note to self. Fly Boeings and Airbuses from now on. And just fly the ATR on video instead of live streams until such time I can figure out all the nuances of this bloody thing. So yeah, we do have, can't have to be careful with them, but we do have onboard cameras that I made. But we are rocketing down this runway, so I better be careful. Oh, we got it! We got it! While we were taxiing, we got picked. Oh, it's gone back to alt again. It can go to hell. Maybe when we lift off it'll switch to pitch hold. If any, I'll tell you what, any further issues, guys, I am definitely going to just abandon this. We'll just put it into the trees. Not a huge fan of having to do this. Anyway. Too many questions that I have, you know, about like the flight plan. Why has it done that? Why hasn't pitch hold come on? I don't need to rummage around for answers on a flight. I just want to enjoy, you know. We need to a bit more power here. We're on a bit of a hill, bit of an incline. Oh, come on. I love the way it swings us back to the middle again. Not necessary in this plane. We've got a really good turning circle. Alright. So, after 400 feet, it is procedure to engage speed hold for ATR. Yeah, so after 400 feet, we're going to engage speed hold. Now, let me see if I can set this up so I can get a view to see what's going on. But we're going to press this takeoff config button. We should get an OK on the screen here. I've never seen one, but let's see. Right, there's a fault. But in where? Config fault. Flight control. Not happy with something. Oh, I know what it is. It's because the gas lock's on. No, it's not. It doesn't like something. Oh, parking brake on. Really? That's your problem? Okay, let's run this again. Yeah, I advised the cabin crew, didn't I? Lateral FD bar. Yeah, rudder cam. Okay. Right. And I'm happy up here with the lights. I haven't got the landing lights on, but we can. Logo lights not needed. Strobe light should have been on. And this is a bit high, but people in the cockpit seem to be happy, so let me just make sure what we're doing then. 400 feet, setting to I need to load up another checklist on my side, bear with me. Magenta speed set to 1, no altitude on runway. Parking brake off, push throttles forward. Okay, so we need... Right, okay. I did not take a note of my V speeds, but they'll be visible on the speed tape. A little bit off the center line, but we're getting pushed. Here is up.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I have no intention of sinking.
Don't sink.
The autopilot's taking over now.
Don't sink.
We had this before, right, where it just stayed at this altitude and didn't climb. And then I switched it to VNAV, which you don't really need to do, but anyway. So, why does the autopilot not climb? Let's disable the autopilot a second. I'm just going to pitch this thing up to 8. Okay, so I think what it does is you manually pull the pitch up and then you engage the autopilot and it holds that pitch. Oh, the altitude. Yeah, I did not set that, did I? I did that last time. I remember I screwed that up last time. And the reason I screwed it up is because it is not mentioned in my checklist at any point. So, I need it to start climbing now. Please don't make me hate you. Just going to go into VNav because it's what I understand. Hi Paul. Yeah, I didn't set my altitude, I know. I didn't do it last time. I'm going to add it into my checklist. It's clearly missing off my checklist, but I have 6 checklists for this plane. And I need to slot it into the right frigging place. That was exactly what caught me out the last time. Oh, damn you. Alright, well at least we know about that one. VNav shouldn't even be there. Power management setting to climb. Yeah, we can do that now, I guess. Altitude 3,000. Okay, so at 10,000 feet, yeah, I won't bother with that until later. I think the climb phase, you're supposed to put that in at 10,000 or above. Or 10,000 actually. But we've engaged that a bit early, and the speed tape should be 170, which it is. Sorry, not 10,000 feet, Jesus. That wouldn't make sense. 1,000 feet. But 1,000 feet you put the you switch it into climb mode. 10,000, imagine. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, we're approaching the transition altitude now. I can get this set to standard, which I believe is just a push in. We also need to do the same on the other fella. Alright, welcome to the sky. Well, I've made my own checklist, Paul, based on videos that I've watched. I just made notes and I wrote down my own checklist. If I gave that to somebody else, I think they think, what is he going on about? But it makes sense to me. Right. So we got brake pressure 3000. I should have checked that earlier, and that this TRU was on, but it's done now. And we need to find the page about the pressure. Not this. Is it this page? Doesn't look like it. Ah, here. So PSI. It's not quite where it needs to be yet. It is rising, but it should settle around 3.9, something. That needle should be somewhere at the top. This is our cabin pressure. But it's going up, it's fine. And the crew and passengers have got oxygen. Right. Let's get back here. See, I've already busted this one. 2,500 feet or below, right? 6,000. I don't care. I want to learn the basics before I get into flying the exact specifications of what ATC would tell me, you know, or what these tell me. On descent I want to stick to these, but on ascent I couldn't care less. I'll stick to those when I'm more familiar with everything. You can get snacks and a tea whenever you want. Yeah, feel free to get up and walk around. Let's have a look. Talking of walking around. I got the same views here. Tried to get them on both sides. And then we have prop view. Always scary in case. Like imagine that propeller breaking off and coming straight through the window. Oof. And then on people can say, well, he was a cut above the rest. And we have the cockpit one, and then I did this one for the doors, but Jim Morrison just wasn't around to appreciate it. Right, we're off and up. Next problem, descent. Getting it up, getting it at cruise, fine. So when we hit 21,000, which looks like it's going to be in the next 23 years, what we want to see up here is ALT asterisk or star. And then you engage VNAV. But because we have VNAV engaged already, we're definitely in the wrong setting. Once the plane hits 21,000, it should start to speed up, and when it does, then we can switch this to the cruise phase. Should get up to around 240. If it doesn't quite reach 240, it's not a big issue. Yeah, it's not really ascending very quickly. So I don't know whether I want to maybe just rush that up a little bit, or should I just leave it? Because top of climb is going to be Gatwick. You see, when you say climb on IAS, it's like, how does it work? Because I know IAS is indicated airspeed, right? But now it's flattening out. I don't know what that means. How does the climb interact with indicated airspeed? There we go. It's getting a bit higher now. Okay. So, is it the case that it knows it has to be at 170, it knows it has to get to 210, and using the indicated airspeed, just, what's it saying, like max the power as much as possible? I don't know how it works. I don't understand. I stupid. And it's still really kind of settled down here. I'll have to use vertical speed. Oh, the throttle's not in the thingy position. Arse. Yeah, it needs to be here in the white. I was such a doofus. Yeah, I forgot to push my throttles back into the white line where they need to sit. I love this little a moving rubber effect. That's really cool. But yeah, thank you, Oscar. You can be my co-pilot, man. Jesus. I tell you. Putting me through it. Right, 10,000 feet. Okay, so we can now... Didn't need the taxi lights on, but we'll get them off now. Now this ducting thing, is there a way to get the temperature down there, or is that normal? It's all looking okay up here though. She's not the fastest plane in the world. I couldn't be bothered starting the chrono, but I noticed when we took off this thing... Oh, has it started itself? I noticed that it came on at takeoff. Yeah, as soon as we pulled up and left the ground, this thing powered on. So it looks like it started itself, because 13 minutes is showing on there, which seems about right, doesn't it? So, I guess we're just waiting for 21,000 feet, and that's it. Did I finish this? No, I didn't. Engine bleed on, yeah, it should be. Taxi and takeoff lights off. Okay, so we've done the procedures. Right, so there is the water. Yeah, so the Irish Sea then here, and we'll get ourselves into across. We're going to have to go across Wales, obviously, and then into England. Set down at Gatwick. What was bugged, Oscar? Which part? Everything here is set nicely. Yeah. I'll wait till I get to cruise before I do any... Oh, I can never remember which way is in and out. But this is out. Top is out. Top out. Does it show the range? I mean, it kind of does. But 80 there. Which is what I tend to fly at when I'm up in the air. About 80, but I set it to on the Boeings anyway. So it's a decent evening, even though this is nighttime weather, but in the daytime. But now that we're up, I don't know whether to switch back to real time or not, or whether it's going to freak the plane out if I do. It looks like a face there. Maybe not. Maybe not. The shadow of the wings in the propellers. Yeah, it's a plane that I am keen to master, and because I know that once I do, I'm going to really enjoy flying it. But it was the same with the Boeing. I had a phase I went through that was just pretty much just frustration, really. A frustration phase when I couldn't figure out, because I was so used to Airbus, and then I bought the PMDG Boeing, and it was very different, and yeah, yeah, it was very different. And then the clouds parted one day, and I suddenly, you know, sussed it out, and I was able to do a complete cold and dark startup without looking at any checklists, nothing. I just didn't need anything. I just did it, and I got the plane up, and I got it landed, and I thought, yeah, this is cool. I like this. So it just needs to click into place, really, and then you're good to go. So I am running from this view 47 frames per second, which is not bad for my little graphics card. 47 here as well. There was an airport I was at not long ago on the ground, and I was running 73 frames, getting 50 frames here, 51, 52. Not bad for my little card. Oh, and I mustn't forget that we have the Meta facility on the YouTube chat. So if you want to know the Meta, then it's going to be !Meta EGKK. I'll pop that in, and it should, I'm hoping, still work. Give me the Meta for that airport, and that will even work when I'm playing Elite Dangerous. Yeah, just in case you want to know what the weather's like at Gatwick. Right, so yeah, there's the pressure, 1027. Sadly, the overhaul mod hasn't been updated in it. What overhaul mod? But I heard the default has been improved in the meantime. Maybe you should try it out. Which one's that, Jaxie? Oh, the TBM 930. Oh, that overhaul mod. I think I have that. Yeah, it was on flightsim.to, wasn't it? They haven't touched it in a year, is that right? Wow. So this is... Are we running in slow motion here? Nola is 40 nautical miles away, just above, and it tells you actually the full version here, 41, full version. Can't even get my words. We're slightly off. There must be, yeah, we've got a 19 knot wind pushing in that direction, so that's why the tail's a little bit skewy. We're a little bit off the course here, but I'm not unduly concerned, and neither is Julie. We are heading almost east. Yes, east with a bit of south. Oh, I tell you what, the two things that I found out since my last flight is not having to manually enter the zero fuel weights and the fuel on board figures. You just have to hold the button. That was, no one told me. And the weights and balances, that I put it into metric so I could show kilos. Oh God. Yeah, that kind of helps. Alright, so there is the end of Ireland. At least the end of one of the sides. There it goes. Sun's going down again now. For the second time today, the sun's gone down, which is bizarre. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Do we have we're at 18 and a half, we've got to get to 21. And within the next 80 miles, does it show a top of climb marker on this plane? I think there's a top of descent, right? Yeah. feather throttle thing is odd. I can't get it to lock out of feather. Yeah, it's like me trying to put reverse thrust in by using... maybe it's been fixed in this version. I haven't actually tried it. But the reverse thrust I use on the Boeing, and even this one, when I land it, I push a button in and go full throttle. And you can hear it going in reverse. And even... I don't know how this works, guys. It must be on a... What do you call that system where... It's like a clutch. You know, you've got the clutch in the car when you disengage the plate and then you re-engage it and they kind of marry themselves up. Is it a clutch system that works on these propellers? Because the propellers are rotating in one direction, right? But when you suddenly slam on reverse, the propellers will just go in the other direction. They'll spin the other way, but they don't show any signs of slowing down too much and stopping and then going back in the other direction, which you think it would need to do, right? Just slow down, stop, and then reverse. It just switches into reverse. It's such a weird look. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering if it uses a clutch system, you know, where when you go into reverse, it disengages from the propeller and then re-engages it like a clutch plate. I don't know if that's how it works or not. Looking at the lights here. But that's the only way I can imagine the engineering of something like that. It's very clever. It's very clever that they're able to do that, though. Okay, so that beep tells us that we're nearing the cruise altitude. Don't the props twist around? Yeah, it could be that. But it does look like, if you watch it on the screen, it looks like it's spinning the other way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean, like all the blades just twisting around. Yeah, that would make so much more sense. And that's probably what it actually does. Right, once we hit 21, I'm hoping this is going to change to Alt Star. Please change to Alt Star. And then I can engage my VNav. See, the last time I had a problem, I wanted to set the descent altitude, you know, for the final. I wanted to go from the whatever it was, let's say 21,000. I wanted to set this before the top of descent. I wanted to set this down to 3,000, which is our final constraint that we had on the flight plan. But the moment I turned the altitude selector down, the plane started descending when it shouldn't have. It should have stayed at the cruising altitude until it hit top of descent. Hey! Yay! So that was the problem I was having, and I still don't know why. Right, so it says once it reaches 10,000, you should get Alt, then you engage VNav. I pressed it. I don't know whether I was supposed to see anything. But now it says Alt now. Did I press it again or what? Yeah. So at some point the speed is supposed to climb on its own before I switch to cruise mode or what? It is going up a little. But I think we're supposed to see a bit more. Alright, let's set it into the cruise. Now shouldn't... That's the problem here, I've got so many billions of questions. It is accelerating, but it's taking its time. How do I know if VNav is armed? It just says LNAV and Alt. Shouldn't it say VNAV on the screen? Advisory VNAV. What the hell is that? Yeah, it could be that. It could be what you're saying. Like if the blades, because I have seen a plane do that. That if the blades turn around, it probably does give the impression when they're spinning that it's spinning in the other direction. Yeah, I can grasp that concept. Yeah, I don't know. This is. I've got more questions than anything. My next question is, are we going to get a top of descent marked? But can I now move the altitude down without it moving? Ah! It's staying there. Cool. Right, I want to have a look here. Oh, yeah. So when did I say we were engaging the glide on this? 2000. Yeah, so I would set it to 2 and let it come down when we get to top of descent, just before we get to top of descent. And then at 5.5 miles out, so 3.5 miles outside the final fix, we're going to be picking up the glide slope. I haven't done... Can this plane auto land? I haven't actually done one, but I'm not going to attempt it. I'd rather do it myself. But it looks like we're okay. If it doesn't start this, I'm thinking it's... Yeah. See, here's the thing. This is how my mind is thinking right now. We're at 21. I turn the altitude down, and the plane isn't moving down. But that's what I want to see, right? That's how I want it. Fine. But what if that's something to do with VNAV as well, that it's not showing on the screen? And then when we reach top of descent, and this is set to 2000, that it still won't descend. Like it's stuck up here, because it's in the wrong mode up here somehow. You with me? But we're well below the speed we're supposed to be at. We're supposed to be into the 2s. I don't know. It should be Alt, then when you're coming close to top of descent, set your lowest altitude and press VNAV. Gotcha. Thank you. Well, that's what I'm hoping. And then, so the VNAV actually only works when we're close to top of descent then? Is that how does the plane know that that's the case? That makes sense. Yeah. Again, I'm not zooming the right way. So I can see a white marker there, which is top of descent would be shown in white. So, but it's too cluttered at the moment for me to see. But if I switch into flight plan mode, I actually don't know if the top of descent stays on the screen. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. Right, so descent preparation. Right, I'm not going to go into changing any speed or altitude constraints in the flight plan. I'm not going to bother with that. Make a copy of your flight plan. Nope, not going to do that either. Right. So let's make sure that the performance is all done. What was that meta that came up on the chat? 1027. Let me just put it in again on the chat and see what happens. So meta EGKK, just to see if anything's changed. I'll trust the meta bot. Okay, 1027 it is. That's quite a difference. The trans altitude 6,000, yeah. Enter the mean wind. Now here we have. Did we put this in? This is the, yeah, we put this in before, didn't we? On the other page. On the cruise page, right? But typically you would enter 3, if you were going to enter it here, because there's no gust, you would enter 320/5/0. I'm hoping it takes this as a those as a 0. Otherwise I could just enter it again. No gusting. At least it was nothing reported on the meta. And now if we go to nav here, we want to go and put in the ILS frequency, which was 110.9. So for that I'm going to make sure to use these bottom numbers. Oops, how did I get 6 out of that? I think it does that. I think it fills that right. Yes. Okay. So we've got that, and we're going to put it into the standby frequency as well was 1179. Can't see me using that somehow, but because the thing with if you were on VATSIM, I suppose if you get told, you know, you can't land there or something, then or you have to pull out, you have to not land and, you know, abort, then I can see this being useful. But for me personally, no. I'm going to fill in the bottom one as well, the same. 1109. Click enter. And in here we're going to go to the 1179. That sounds like a sub. Rusty will bring it up on the chart in a minute. I didn't see it on the screen if it was there. Okay. Now it says to bring both of the bearing pages onto the screen, but I think we're a little bit too early for that. We've got traffic there. Is that 900 or 9,000 feet below me? That's 1,000, isn't it? I doubt we'll be able to see him. He's nearly 40 miles away. Right then, so I'm not going to do the bearings on the screen yet, it's way too soon. And then we're going to need minimums Yeah, well, let's wait till we get to top of descent or near it, and then we'll. But once we're about 5 minutes away from top of descent, we'll start going through that. Yay, we got a plane. Now, does that show us traffic on my radar? No. I think the reason is because we're not in real time here, you know. And it could be that FSLTL is showing the planes in real time, and this, because we're not real, I don't know, it might be that. I'm not quite sure. We'll set this to below as we get closer, and we'll set nav aids and airports on. This is cool, I like this, but it doesn't really do anything from here. Would you use something like this? It's something vision system, I can't remember what it was, but would you use this in, say, like low visibility conditions? I'm just wondering whether that's the reason that this system would be used, so you could land in a lower visibility scenario. I don't know, it's interesting. I can certainly put my decision altitude in. So MDA is minimum decision altitude, which is what we want. But we flick that over, and it's going to be 296. Now, we don't have those accuracies here. So what you would do is you would get to the closest, rounded up. And 296 is closest to 300 anyway. And now it's flashing because we haven't set it on the other side. The knob on the flight officer side is set to DH, which is why this is flashing. So closest we can get is 300. And if I flick over to co-pilot side, I should have made a camera for that, eh? Once I flick this switch, then it stops flashing. Yeah, so maybe instead of this camera here, what was 0 again? Yeah, that one. So instead of this camera, maybe a first officer camera would be better. So the way I'll do that, the way I've got it set up, is because sometimes I do need to reference things off the first officer, like, well, exactly that. That and the barometers, I want to make sure they're set on both sides. So let me get myself positioned nicely on the first officer's seat, and then I'm going to press Control Alt and 9. That saves that camera, and then if I press Alt 9, bingo, perfect. That's handy to have, I think. Right. So, the moment the plane starts to descend, we will get the descent checklist popping up on here. But you can run through it before if you want to by going into the normal procedures, and it's in the list, the descent checklist. So you can do that. I do tend to do it just before, but if we do it on the descent, it gives us something to do while the plane's going down. So, or descending, not going down. Thanks, Paul. Oh God, I am gonna need luck with the landing. Actually, the landing, if I can get anywhere close, I'm alright, but it's like if I get close to the runway, but it's the descent phase. As Khan would say in Star Trek, it tasks me. You know, how long till the final descent? Well, the actual descent itself, I actually don't know. I don't even know if it shows it on here. No, it doesn't show it on here. on the fly-by-wire A320, they on the stable version now. I've had it in the experimental version for ages, but on the stable version that they've released now, they've got top of climb and top of descent showing on the MCDU, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, it's up here. Let me see if I can run through flight plan mode and see if it shows it. So we're approaching Fonzu, and then you've got all these mileages in between each one. Oh, there's top of descent, right? So if we zoom in and then go back, because I came too far forwards. Wait a minute, go back. So it's just at, after Otmet, we have whatever's after Otmet, top of descent is right there. So, Otmet, Sokdu, Jesus Christ, Sokdu. Right, so if we go back into the proper nav screen, please. Nope. Nope. Thank you. Then you can just add it all up. So we've got 57 plus 36 plus 18 plus 19. So if you add that up, that's how many miles. So what do you got here? 37, 40, 50, 67, 67, 73 plus 56. 120, 31. 130, let's say. Yeah, go make a brew. You've definitely got time to make a brew. But 130 nautical miles to go yet. Until meltdown, which is what everyone's waiting for, including me. Yep, we're all gonna perish on this flight once again. Hey, look, I'm ready for it, right? So I can't really get peed off about it. So, hey, we're approaching the UK, and that little piece of land there, I just want to confirm if it is what I'm thinking it is. Is that the... No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I want to make sure it is what I think it is. No, it isn't. So it's a good thing I said it. Right, so this is the Lundy Island. It's Lundy Island. Lundy Heritage. Lundy Island. Which I've never heard of it. Lundy Island. It's... Oh, we're not going over Wales then. Oh, I see the route it's taking. Crumbs. There's lots of ships apparently down below. Off to my left, apparently there's a lot of ships. I don't know if we'll see them. There should be some shipping, but I think we're maybe a little bit too high up. Yeah, so where we are is... I'll get this up on screen. Elite Observatory Core is not going to do it. No, we're going to need that one. So we are... Let me just bring this up. We're here. And... we just zoom out. So this is England. I thought we were going to be flying over Wales and getting into Gatwick that way, but it looks like we're going to be coming in near Exeter here, and I guess we're going to be coming down, and then we do that U-turn up into Gatwick. So Gatwick, this is just, I've got this map in quite a bit of a mess, but Gatwick is, well, that's Heathrow there. Gatwick is below it. I've flown into and out of Gatwick before. Have I flown out of Gatwick? I've definitely flown into Gatwick. I don't think I've flown out though. No. I've flown out from Manchester. I've flown into Manchester and out of Manchester. I've flown into Heathrow from Gibraltar, but I didn't fly out because... sorry, into Gatwick from Gibraltar, but I didn't fly back out because instead I drove all the way like an idiot. 27 hours. What anybody else would do. Buy a car and drive back. Lundy Island. Yeah, I've never heard of it, Jeffrey. But yeah, I bought a BMW for, not the one I have now, but I bought one for £423. It was in mechanically good shape as well. It really was. I did a couple of minor jobs on it and I drove it 27 hours from Sussex down to Gibraltar. That was a journey. It's kind of cool, but it was... Oof. My first driving stint was from Sussex to the border between France and Spain. That was 10.5 hours I drove, stopping for P plus P, which is peeing and petrol. Stopped for P and P. Gotta have P and P, guys. Right, so Sokdu marks the top of descent almost. I think top of descent comes just before. It's not shown on here though, unfortunate lie. How's the view out the window? Looking rather nice and reddish brown. Look at the reflection in there. That's brilliant. Quiet plane, isn't it? So on here, I don't think we need anything, and these maintenance, it makes me question, like, is the plane in a persistent state? I think that the Boeing 737 from PMDG, I think they are in a persistent state for maintenance, because I think somebody was saying that they couldn't, don't quote me on this, but I think that they were saying that they couldn't brake very well or something, and it was because they had to go into the maintenance page and fill up hydraulic fluid or something. I don't know. But apparently, yeah, that if you fly the Boeing long enough, I think it will, it does need its maintenance. So I wasn't aware of that, but it's kind of cool. Is that a runway? It is a little runway there. If we put the airports on, which is it nav? If we overlay the airports and the nav aids and traffic, we can put below now. See, these are for your beacons, which is the if your GPS packs up, I suppose you could fly with your VORs and your beacons and stuff. See, it's kind of cool, this. Oh, is this what it's seeing? Is that its range? I don't know. Yeah, I think I prefer this. I'm just... The other one looks pretty, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's... I don't know. Right, so between... I think between Opmet and Sokdu, we've got 19 nautical miles. That's where we'll do all of our proper pre-descent stuff. The interior cabin looks good in this plane. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was a free plane, wasn't it? Well, not a free plane, but it was. No, it wasn't free. My brain just for a moment thought it was part of the update, but it wasn't. It came with the update, but it wasn't free. It appeared on the marketplace. But yeah, for a plane that essentially costs what it costs now, it cost me I think it's £16 on marketplace. When it first came out, it did have an introductory price though, which I got it for £10 and something. And I think for the price of it, I think the interior is very, very good. Do we not have cabin lights? I'm starting to think there is a cabin light switch. Cabin lights. Does anyone know where the cabin light switch is? Is it up on the top? I don't want to get distracted with anything. But we've got dome lights. Is that even bleeding working? I'm not seeing any change. Is this for the cabin? No, this is the dome. This is the dome lights, though. Oh, is it this one? Minimum cabin lights. Whoa, jeez. I didn't want them in here, though. The dome light's supposed to be for in here. Oh, God, what's going on? Yeah, not cockpit lights. Cabin. Does it light the cabin up as well? Oh yeah. Jesus. Just a bit. Just a bit and a half. Wow. We've been keeping the passengers in the dark all this time. I'm not sure quite why the dome light isn't working. I'm sure it was before. But it would light up inside here. Let me turn it off and see if there's a difference. I can't get a handle on this thing. Oh, it's a two-way. Okay, so it's off and on. It's exactly the same. Oh, that's a compass light. What am I doing? Yeah, let's put that on, and then when we bring this out, it should have a little light on it. Yay. Yeah, I'm flicking the wrong stupid switch. Right, so this is bright, and then if we go off, oh, it is doing it. Okay, it's just lighting up that center console then. At night time you want to be on dim, really. You don't want it on bright. But should the cabin light light up the cockpit as well? Is that not a mistake? Because this isn't the cabin, this is the cockpit. Surely not, right? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's too bright. I prefer it dark in here, to be honest. Vampire mode. Right, how are we going? So we've got 35 nauticals to get to LRIP, 18 to get to Omelette, and then from Omelette to Sudoku it's 19, and then we'll do the rest of our stuff. I think the weather radar does actually work. I have seen something light up on here. You know, those rainbow colors. There we go. But what the hell is that anyway? Up above the streets and houses, rainbow climbing high. Everyone can see it smiling over the sky. Paint the whole world with a rainbow. The kids program. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's actually working, the weather thing. And I wouldn't understand what those bands of colors mean. It just looks weird to me. So 57 minutes into the flight. Yeah. Nighttime landing in a plane that doesn't want to land with me. Genius. Well done, Rusty. You picked the right one. Is that our move? Well, I'll be dipped, it does. But we've got a cockpit door. Oh, is it locked? No. I think we need those lights on, guys. There's another door somewhere and I can't find it. I can't see it in the dark. There it is. Oh, is this the... there we go. That is ridiculously bright. Oh, we opened this thing? Oh, okay. Right. Alright, let's see if you guys can remember which is the plane. It's a payware plane that I have. But it's the only one that I know of, at least, where you can not only go into the toilet, but I think it flushes. I can't remember. But you can certainly go into it. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it actually flushes now. Because I know at least of two planes that have got a toilet you can go into. But the one I'm thinking of is actually Concorde. The bloke in the children, yeah, Jeffrey, yeah, and Zippy and Bungle and yeah, yeah, Concorde. Well done, Paul. Yep. Right, let's have a look outside where it's really cold. Stars are out. Looking for the Spirograph Nebula, but I don't think we're going to see it from here, if I'm honest. I think I'll screenshot that. Right, so we have a 20 nautical mile range, so I want to zoom out a little. So EGKK is what we're looking for. EGLL is Heathrow. EGCC is Manchester. EGNT is Newcastle. Bristol was EGGD. What else do I know? Luton Airport. London City Airport. I don't know. I'd have to say EGLC if I was going to guess. And I don't know the... like Edinburgh, Glasgow, I don't know those. So further afield, LFPG is Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. KJFK obviously is JFK Airport. KHOU is Houston, Texas. It's like KC or KSEA is Seattle. KDEN, Denver. Denver, Colorado. This OpMet 27,000, I hope it's like 27 or below, right? Yeah, we can change this. And if you click in here, you can change the altitude constraint. I'm going to change it to 21. I don't want the plane thinking it can do silly things. You can also put a speed constraint if you wish, but we're okay. And we'll keep it at 21. I know the plane's going to stay at this altitude, but I ain't taking any chances. There you go. Now it says 21. So you can change them. You can change the you can change constraints for any waypoint, speed or altitude. So this is the fuel on board, and then if you run it through, it'll tell us that we'll still have 400 and so just under half a ton of fuel when we land. I'm happy with that, and it's getting calculated or recalculated all the time, I would imagine, or at certain intervals. Now this GPS 0.06, is this the accuracy of the GPS right now? Is that what that is? .41. Is this going down as the fuel drops off, or this should be based? Ah, it's gone up. Okay, good. I was thinking, because I was going to say it should be based on the fuel flow. I would, if I had to guess. Okay, we're turning. Not that you can tell. No, you can. Yeah, so after AutoMet we'll run through any procedures that I need to run through. Yeah, I'm gonna have another mouthful of water. None of the airports on the screen I don't know what any of them are. G is the it's for England, I think. I think it's for G for Great Britain, I guess. I don't know. I don't know whether Scotland gets EG as well, and Wales. Let me find out. So if I do the ICAO for, say, Edinburgh. Oh, it is. It's EGPH. Yeah, EGPH. So, yeah, G is for. So I'm thinking it's E for Europe, but it's not. It's not E for Europe, but E for Europe, G for Great Britain. Because if it was, then because Germany is ED, right? So E for Europe, D for Deutsche, right? Deutschland. So Deutschland, yeah, and but then Paris is LF. Le France. I don't know. I don't know why it's L. Italy starts with an L. All Italy is L. LIRF is Rome Airport. Yeah. And America is K. The same with the radio stations in America, that's K as well. Welcome to KBAF Radio. It's I don't know why, but they got assigned K. And same with the airport ICAOs as well. Used to have so many IoT memorized. Yeah, these the ones I fly to frequently, I know them, you know, off by heart. And to be fair, I probably know more US ones than I know UK ones, to be honest. Because there's more of them. Let's face it. Canada is Y. It is indeed. Yep. Yeah. I think it's YCLG, is it? Or YCGY for Calgary? I can't remember. Something like that. I've flown out of calendar. I've flown out of. I was gonna. Calendar. That's a mixture of Calgary and Canada. Yeah, that's what happened there. Yeah, I've flown out of Canada a few times and into or done Canadian flights. And did you know this opens? It does open. Don't press it. Warning: electric, on, armed, AC, DC. This is a panel you probably know not to mess with. What are these tests? Push stick shaker, landing gear not down. Oh, maintenance tests. Right. I don't think I'm going to be touching those. I think we just switch them into a mode and then click test. Landing gear not down, test. Pitch disc, test. Yeah, we're going to be leaving that. And we're not going to be passing any documents through the document door either. Nope. I don't want to get sucked through that little hatch. Right, we're coming on to Sudoku. Sudoku. Yeah. Okay, so we need to activate ILS 1 and 2. Well, we've done that. We've done that here. Now, the other thing we want to be doing is on the approach as well. We need to flick these switches. These are off. These are in FM1 mode right now. I guess we could put them in. Can we put them into VILS now? Or do we have to wait? Oh no. Yeah, but we do need to flick those. Otherwise, we can leave it for later. But yeah, that's for it to pick up these frequencies. So, tune the missed approach, both bearing ranges. Okay, well we can do that now. So we've got bearing 1. Bearing 2. So we've got the ILS there, so when it picks them up it'll have a distance there and we're good to go. What else? Twist the traffic below and take the nav aid and airport on. We've done that. On the ND, select the PFC SVS synthetic vision system, which is good for low visibility conditions. There you go. Right, minimums, we've done minimums, we've got that. Steps of 10 on the PhDs. Then a flash descent checklist won't come up. Okay, so the next thing is to do the descent checklist. So after needle, there's top of descent, which looks like it's moved because wasn't it here? So after needle, so it's just us coming up to Elder is top of descent. So after needle, we will. What will we do? Oh yeah. After needle, we'll tune the altitude selector down to 2000, and then we'll hit VNav and see if it does anything. Because I want the plane to start descending the moment it hits top of descent here. That's moved. Unless it was just so zoomed in or out or whatever, so zoomed out that I couldn't see it properly. And I think you have to descend quite a long way, somewhere near the final approach, before you switch this back into climb phase. I think that is the case. I'm not sure. No, do you not switch to climb phase on the descent, and then as you're on the final approach you switch to takeoff mode again? I can't remember. I am not remembering such a thing. Apparently the landing elevation is automatically set. Fine. So we could run through the descent checklist now if we want to, but the moment the plane does start to descend, it will come up here. However, if something goes wrong and it doesn't start to descend, I'm going to start trying to figure out what the problem is, and I'll get distracted, and then I won't be able to run through it. So let's run through it now. So we've got up, down, activate. So this is down, and that's activate. We want to come down to descent. These are all the checklists that you have on the plane. So, previous notice. So FWS recall, I have no idea what this does. Landing elevation check. That would be here, but it's set here. I'm not even going to bother with it. FMS, nav and performance set and check. Decision height and MDA Minimum decision altitude is set and check. Arrival briefing perform. Okay. Now, when we start to descend, it's going to bring that back up again anyway. But at least we know that we've run through those things. Yeah, it is that way, Paul. Any landing is a good one. Is that right? Yeah. Because you'd grow a lot of corn. You're going to attempt a manual. Yeah, once I'm about 700 feet off the ground or something, we'll switch it into manual. And we'll try and bring her in. This is assuming everything, you know, works. I think I should be able to set my lowest constraint altitude now. And then just hit VNAV before top of descent. Because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to start descending now, surely. Let's see. See, last time it was descending. Uh-oh. Alright, keeping it there. Keeping it real, baby. If this starts descending, it's going to take me ages to get it back up. So we want this to say FL20. Okay. 2,000 feet. Do not start descending yet. Wait. Wait until I hit that. Advisory VNAV. That doesn't instill a lot of confidence. Now the course, I have it set already in the display here. So I'm pretty sure it is set here. Somewhere. Yeah, we lost this, didn't we? We lost this as well. Might as well just leave that now. Yes, VNAV altitude is what we would be looking for on the screen. I'm hoping. So what we'll do is we'll wait until we get closer to Elder. So top of descent comes before Elder. So we'll actually zoom in, you know, so we can just hit the VNAV right before the thing. Isn't it interesting? And the actual descent, we want this to say LNAV and VNAV alt. Yeah, really. Make sure VNAV localizer markings are shown on the PD. This is, for me, this is PD, this is ND. That's how I have it. Primary display and navigation display. So make sure the VNAV localizer markings are showing. What? Is that this? I don't know. Anyway. VNAV localizer markings. Maybe that's something that comes later. I'm not quite sure what I meant by that. When the plane reaches top of descent and starts to descend, PD should display VNAV path. If you overspeed the plane, it will exit the VNAV path mode and go into protected mode. Then bring the speed down with throttles and then re-engage VNAV. Okay. So I will try and control that speed. You can actually control the speed. I believe you can slow the plane down. Where's top of descent gone now? Well, you can actually slow the plane down by turning these condition levers on the propellers to maximum so that they are in 100% speed, and that will create more friction. Or is it friction or is it inertia? I don't know. And it can actually help slow the plane down, apparently, so to speak. Top of descent keeps moving, guys. What the actual? Why is top of descent moving away from me all the time? Answers on a postcard, because Tel2 needs to be at 1300,000. See, it's going wrong now. This is the point where it's going wrong. We need to be at... Actually, we're okay there. We're okay there. We are within that constraint. Pressing V now didn't do anything there. Just put this on the screen, so I guess... I don't know. Guess that's okay. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, this is where it all goes potatoes, because I don't know why top of descent keeps frigging moving. Next it's going to put it above the bloody airport. I don't get this. Is this because the wind is changing or something? Or what the hell? I just don't understand it. I don't see us descending properly now. I don't see us making this. We're never going to get down from 21,000 to 2,000 if we... because Holly's there. There's no way this plane descends in time unless the engines stop and it falls out of the sky. If that top of descent moves again, I feel like I should start descending the plane down on my own, because again this has clearly gone wrong. But it's yet again I can't get on top of the problems that this plane has, or that I'm doing wrong. I can't get on top of it because every time I fly it's a different freaking problem. The problem I had before was that the plane was descending the moment I turned this knob, and then now it's not doing that. Now it's given me a new problem. There's the runway. We're going to be at 21,000 here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one, Doodle. But even if I am, it shouldn't matter. The top of descent should be where top of descent is on the flight path. No matter what mode I'm in, that shouldn't ever change. I don't think. I'm at the cruising altitude, and that's all it needs to know. And I want to get down to 2,000 by here. Yeah, it's not going to make this. But we're going to follow what it says, because be damned. Just be damned with it. God damn. If this plane gets from 21,000 to 2,000 over there, I'll be amazed. It's going to have one shitter of a descent rate. You think I should click VNav again? And now top of descent has disappeared. Like, why? I bet it's moved it back to where it was in the first place. Right, how the frig do I bring this thing down? If I want to manually descend this thing now, what the hell? VS. Can't believe it. Just can't believe it. What a stupid fucking plane this is. 23.9 nautical miles to the localizer. It's moved top of descent to there now. It does have VNav. I mean, the button is clearly there. And plus, I can't move the cockpit now. I think it's crashed or something. Plus, I've seen videos of people flying this thing. You know, I know how it goes. Everything's stopped now. Everything's frozen. Nothing's moving on the sim. And there's nobody that can answer my questions as to why this does this. You know, if I pose questions in Discord, Flight Simulator group or whatever, just clueless. I don't know, Commander Jaxie. I wouldn't even know where to begin answering such a question. I'm just manually reducing the throttles now. Maybe if we can get back onto a VNav path somewhere, or get back onto the flight path, perhaps VNav will engage. I really don't know. It's quite pitiful, this. Because it's distracting me from my checklist as well. Like, I know I have to switch to the cruise, but I don't know when. Not the cruise, the fucking climb. Right, so apparently on this, it says to click the VS button, which we did, and then you click on this. It's supposed to be able to press it. There you go. And that synchronizes headings. But I think I need to watch another video of somebody else. Get onto GPS. I don't know how to. I don't know how I got off GPS. I don't know how to put it back on again. nav, right? I don't know. No, it's just getting worse and worse now. Because now I'm not even in the proper mode. Yes, this should be purple and not blue, but I don't know how to get it there. And it could be it's blue that because it's I'm in the VS mode. See, it's what's it supposed to say again? VNav alt. So why does VNav alt not show? Why isn't it doing what it says on the checklist? I'm not going to any hidden panels. I've not seen anybody do a hidden panel before, ever. So, yeah, I ain't doing one. I don't even know what hidden panel it is, to be honest. Speed's increasing and I really didn't want it to do that. I know I've turned the throttle up, but I wanted the plane to, you know, sort itself out. See, even if you go to automatic speed, it still carries on freaking climbing. How do you get the autopilot to auto thrust? And he's not even following the damn flight plan anymore. Oh, this is the last time I'm on this plane. I've got other planes I can enjoy and fly. I don't need this one. He's not even following the damn flight path anymore. We had the same shit last time. Damn well lose altitude, I guarantee you that. Guess I'm doing this myself. Plane can't fly, so I have to do it for myself. I did command the jacks, yeah, I did do that. The plane just hasn't got a fucking clue. better stop turning, buddy. The autopilot thinks it's going back to Shannon Airport for some reason. It's difficult. I need to be sat here to see what's going on out the window, but then I can't see the numbers on the tape. So yeah, I'm gonna take over and fly it myself. At least if I fly the plane manually and we crash, I have a reason for it. But if you know, I can't do any worse job than the plane, because the plane can't even fly in the right direction now. Thing is, Von Doodle, if you have a perfect flight, it's not going to help me, because unless you can tell me what I did wrong, you'd have to be consulting the stream and looking at the stream and seeing what I did wrong, because there's no point me going through my stream and looking what I did wrong, because I haven't got the energy for it. I can't be bothered. I'm just done with this plane. It's one fucking thing after another. If it's not one error, it's something else. You know? It's like, you think, right, what did I do wrong that time? And then you go and learn about it and you go, right, I did this wrong. And so you correct it for your next flight. But then another fucking thing happens. But the thing that happened now with this movable top of descent never happened on the previous flight that I had a top of descent on. It never actually happened. So it just blows my mind. I'm just gonna have to freaking eyeball this, aren't I? And the landing lights and stuff, screw them. I'm gonna have to do a pretty sharp descent here. You know how much of a pain in the ass this button is? You see how far off course we are to the left? That's the distraction I got from setting that button. Wow.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Terrain. Terrain. Sync rate. Sync rate. Approaching minimum. 500. Minimum. Minimum. $200. $100. $50. $40. 20. 10.
So it's Boeing and Airbus from now on. See, even though I knew the descent was going to go eight tits up, it's still fucking frustrating. Because things that I can't explain happen, like the movable top of descent. If you fly Boeings and Airbuses on a regular basis, a moving top of descent is not something you generally get to see. It doesn't really happen. The plane, the autopilot's following everything to procedure, and everything's just working. And so it just doesn't happen. You just don't get it. But damn. It was like an emergency landing I had to do. You know, where consequences be damned, just get the plane down. That's what it was like. They are the worst kind, you know, just nosediving it into the ground basically until... Which way are you bringing me? Because that's what it was like. It's like I was just nosediving it until I needed to be at slightly too low of an altitude so that I could pull up and level out early to get the plane slowed down in time for the landing. And I hate doing these. I'd rather crash the plane than having to do a landing like this, because once things go wrong, then it's an aborted flight anyway. You know, you might as well just... I've learnt nothing from it. You know what I mean? I just haven't learnt anything, because I know something went wrong, but I don't know what. And so I've gained nothing from it. But I guess... Oh, frick. This is a plane I can't learn. I gave it a good go. I've tried a few times, you know, but I can't. If you think about all the procedure, all the time you need to power the plane up and get it going, and then to fly it and cruise to get to your destination, and you've got to do all of that, so that's 2 hours you have to invest before you even find out whether this flight is going to work out or not, you know. And that's the nightmare, is that, you know, it costs you 2 hours per experiment. Oh no, the 330. I'm not interested in starting any more new planes. Honestly, not of that caliber. Small planes maybe,
Passenger's bus is coming.
but big jets, Nah, I'll stick with what I know. But yeah, I got it down, but you know, I had the flaps out, Paul. I did have them on maximum. You just didn't see the lever, but I did have it engaged. Yeah, no, I'm done with this. I can't be bothered. If it's not one thing, it's another coming up, and I'm following correct procedures. Yeah. I wonder if GSX has fixed this, where the passengers can deboard at the same time as the baggage, because last time, if I remember, and therefore I'm probably wrong.
Passengers the boarding starting.
Wasn't it the case, either the passengers, oh I know what it was, one was interfering with the other, and I think it was the case that the guy with the baggage truck doesn't pull in to unload the baggage until all the passengers are out. I think that's what it was. The lights have gone on. Yeah, so GSX needs an update to fix that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's walking like he shit himself, which he probably has. They probably all have. Okay, Paul. Have a good one, matey. Thank you. No, I don't mean the startup is 2 hours, but when you're streaming it and you're talking, you know, because think about it. You've got to go into SimBrief and set up a flight plan, right? Then you've got to go into Navigraph to find all the details that you need for the flight, right? ILS frequencies, runway elevations, transition altitudes, you know, decision altitudes, the glide slope capture distance, just which is good to know, all of that. Then you come in, you run through the checklist to start the plane up, you start it all up, get it all going, and then by the time you've hit the cruising altitude, that's a decent amount of time that has passed. You know, it's a long time, because this is we're 3 hours 33 now, and that was a 1 hour 40 flight, so it must have been close on 2 hours for everything. Yeah, GSX need to fix this, so that this guy's waiting. He can't unload the suitcases until the bus goes, because of vehicle collision and stuff like that. I haven't done an update on GSX for a few days, so maybe they've fixed it. But yeah, if you think about the planning phase from SimBrief to cruising altitude, that whole thing takes quite a while, especially when you're like me, where I don't have the takeoff checklist. You know, the procedure from cold and dark to takeoff, I don't have that memorized. I could maybe do it. I don't know. Maybe I could. I probably could actually, but I'd probably miss a couple of things out, which would annoy me, because it would ruin the flight. Because I'll go back and I think, oh shit, I can't believe I missed that step, you know, and then I'll kick myself because I missed something obvious and simple, you know. Yeah. It was easier for me to master the Boeing than it was this thing. It's because this plane is at a stage where, before the planes got computerized and clever and did a lot of things for you. Obviously the Airbus is a lot more advanced, I think, than the Boeing in terms of automation, but this is kind of somewhere in between the Spirit of St. Louis and the Phoenix Airbus. It's got a lot of you know, nice equipment on here and stuff, but the VNAV doesn't work anything like what I'm used to. Oh, there was that camera. Okay, maybe I could pull the camera a bit further back. Thing is, I think I'm sitting on a seat or something. Okay. Wasn't she out of fear, this one? F-E-A-R. The other thing I want to know now I'm on the ground is, does this door open the whole way? Oh, yeah. Yep. So you can pass documents through.
Do you want to deboard crew?
And drugs.
Crew bus is coming.
Yeah, so now the passengers are off. The bus can easily fit 45, and then we've got the little bus to come for the pilots and the ladies, and they can go off to their hotel room and make whoopee. What is that, EasyJet? Yeah. Manual landing. Like it was a damn Cessna. That was ridiculous. I'll stick to cars, and I'll stick to Boeings, and I'll stick to Airbuses, and Cessnas, and stuff like that. Piper Arrows. This thing's got me beat, I think. I don't have any more patience for it. Maybe I'll come back to it in a few months. I don't know. Maybe. But then I'll have forgotten so many things. How do you do this? How did you set that? Where'd you go to do this? Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's the captain and crew's little bus. Thank you, ladies, for whatever it is you did. Mopping up all of the stomach spillage. First officer should be out next. Then I guess Captain Birdseye himself. There goes the first officer. He's thinking, I'm never going to get on another plane with that arsehole again. And there's the captain with his little suitcase full of porn mags. Because he's an avid chess player, you see. So he gets porn monthly. See, it wasn't dirty. I know why you guys were thinking something dirty, but it's no. He likes chess. See, now it comes in. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe I'm sure they'll fix it, so we don't have to wait. It maybe already has been fixed, for all I know. Pilots are still there, by the way. Anyway, guys, I tried, and yeah, cool that I got it down, I suppose. But oh, I think we better go up here first. That'll freak him out, because I've left the doors open. Yeah, it's cool that I got it down, I guess, but it's not the right way, is it? You know? It's like winning a race by knocking every other car off the track. It's just, yeah, you won, but, you know? Look at this thing. Airbus A3. Had another update of the fly-by-wire today on the experimental build. I don't know what the changes were, and I don't even know where to go to get a change log. Are you guys interested in me doing a video of... The problem is doing it as a live stream. Yeah, I suppose you can, but there's a lot of waiting time involved. I have set up AI, Midjourney, and a couple of other AI image creators on my PC locally. Some of the results are good. Some of the results are a bit weird in the way it deforms people sometimes, even though you tell it not to. But if you're interested to see how this all works, I could certainly put a video. It'd be something a bit different. But I'm thinking I might put it on for Patreon and members only, as it's not really gaming related, but it's just extra content, so to speak. So yeah, it might be. I might do something like that, because there's, you know, with Midjourney you have to. It's a subscription-based thing, but you can have it local on your PC, which is how I've got it. It's not the latest version. The latest version of Midjourney, I think, is 5.1, and this is version 4 that I'm running. I don't know, but anyway, just thought I'd mention it. All right, guys. Well, there we go. It was exactly what we were expecting, and it, as I said on the stream title, it is potluck. I rolled the dice. I got a 1 and a 3, and that was it. So until the next time, guys, have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And yeah, Boeing next time. Till then, ta-ta.